Okay, hello everybody, welcome to Intutos today. So today we'll be discussing Maths Past question WAEC 2019 May June. Now, before I go ahead, I want you to click the subscribe button and the bell because we are going to be releasing several questions and we want you to follow us as we go over the questions. Okay, now first of all, the first question says express correct to three significant figures 0.003597. Now when you write 0.003597, this is already expressed in four significant figures. So now that leaves you to approximate this, the 7. So when you approximate 7, it becomes, this is 9 already, it becomes 10. So now we can't have 10 here, so you need to approximate the 10. It now gives you 6. So this leaves us with 0.0036. But the problem with this is it's now two significant figures. That now requires you add a 0. So remember, you approximate 7, add 1 here. So you approximate, it becomes 10. You approximate this one, it now becomes 6. So you now have 0.0036, then you now need to add 0 to make it three significant figures. So this is the correct answer. That's for question 1. Now question 2 says express this in evaluate this question raised to power minus 1 over 3. Now the first thing you need to do is convert this to fraction. That means you need to say 0.0064 over 1 times, multiply both numerator and denominator by 1000 if you need to get it to fraction. That will give you 64 over 1000. So this now means 64 over 1000 all raised to power minus 1 over 3. Now there's a law in indices, it's called the inverse law. It says if you have a over b all raised to power minus x over y, you inverse the one in bracket, you now have b over a, now you now have x over y. So this means this can now be said to be 1000 over 64 all raised to power 1 over 3. Then another law in indices says if you have a raised to power 1 over y, you can now say is the y2 root of a. So having 1000 over 64, you can now say this is the third root of 1000 over 64. So this is asking what is the cube root of 1000, what is the cube root of 64. That can be interpreted to be as you can also say what number are you going to multiply 3 times and it's going to give you 10, and 1000. What number are you going to multiply 3 times to give you 64? So that should give us 10 over that should give us 10 over 4. So this, if you reduce this to fraction, 2 here is going to be 2, 2 in 10 is going to be 5. So our final answer is 5 over 2. So that takes us to question 3. Now question 3 is an equation. Now, I want you to know that you can even solve this with your calculator without even punching a value. But first of all, we are doing some teaching, so we want you to learn this first. We're going to release a video on how you can solve this with your calculator. Over 50% of the questions you're given. Imagine attempting 25 questions without solving anything. So please, click the subscribe button and click the notification bell. Now, to solve this question, you need to multiply through by the LCM. Multiply through by LCM. And what's the LCM of 2 and 3? Through multiply through by LCM, which is 6. So we're going to say 6 times y plus 1 all over 2 minus 6 times 2y minus 1 over 3, which is equal to 6 times 4. Okay, now 2 here is 1, 2 into 6 will give us 3. 3 here is 1, 3 into 6 is going to give us 2. So now this means 3y plus 1 minus 2 into 2y minus 1 is equal to 24. Now if you expand, this will be 3y plus 3 minus 4y. Now don't forget your minus. Minus times minus will give us plus. So minus 2 times 1 is going to give us 2, which is equal to 24. Okay, now collecting our like terms, so we're going to have 3y minus 4y is leaving us with minus y, plus 3 minus 2 is leaving us with plus 5 is equal to 24. So now this means if we decide to collect like terms, minus y will be equal to 24 minus 5. Minus y will give us 19. Therefore y is 19. Okay, so the correct answer is C. So that's C is the correct answer. Now the next question says simplify this to 3 significant figures. Now, here you need to use your calculator. So we're going to employ our calculator. So it says we should simplify okay, so we need to simplify this. So the first thing we're going to do is punch this value in our calculator. Our calculator is in complex. Let me change it to. Okay, so we're going to say 27.63 square minus 12.37 square. So our final answer is 6. Our final answer is 6. From the calculator is 610.4. Now it says 3 significant figures. So that means your answer, because this 610 already is 3 significant figures. They are valid numbers. So now, since 4 is not up to 5, we're going to round it up to 610. So that's our final answer. So 610 is the correct answer. Now the next question says, it's a set question. It says if t is equal to prime numbers. Now, set is a very easy question. This is a bonus question for you. So all you need to do is know which one signifies. They say t is prime numbers. Our prime numbers are 2. Remember, 1 is never a prime number. 1 is not a prime number. Prime numbers have 2 factors. So 1 has just 1 factor, which is 1. So 2, 3, 5, we'll have 7. These are the prime numbers between, because the universal element is saying, this is the universal element is saying x is less than 0, that is greater than 0, and x is greater than 0 and is less than or equal to 10. So t is going to be 2, 3, 5, 7. These are the prime numbers between 1 and 10. Then m says odd numbers. So odd numbers will be 1, 3, 5, 7, 7, and 9. Then our u will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now the question says, what is t prime, or you call it t consonant? Now t consonant means those things you cannot see in t that you will see in u. Like those numbers that we cannot see in t. Now we can't see 1, so we can see 2, we can see 3, we cannot see 4, we can see 5, we can't see 6, we can see 7, we can see 8, 9, 10. Then m prime would definitely be even numbers, because those are the numbers we can't see. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now t prime intersection m prime, means those numbers that you can find both in both of them that are common. So we can find 4 is common in both, 6 is common in both, 8 is common in both, and 10 is common in both. Therefore our final answer is going to be D. Now that takes us to the next question, which says evaluate the logarithm of this. Now you need to understand logarithm very well. Like I said, sometime I'll teach you how to use calculator to solve this, but let's learn this now. So log 3, 9, 3 is 3 squared, so just represent it. Then minus log, represent 2, 2. So you need to know how to represent numbers in indexes for you to be able to solve this logarithm. 2 is also known as 2 raised to power 3 divided by log 3 squared. Now this means, you know, in logarithm, if you have log a b raised to power x, this can be represented as x log ab. So this means it's going to be 2 log 3 minus 3 log 2 and divided by 2 log 3. And in logarithm, another law states if you have log a, it will give you what? 1. So this means log 3 is 1, so this will give us 2 minus log 2 is 1 minus 3 all over log 3 is also 1, so this is 2. So this is 2 minus 3, which is minus 1 over 2. So that's our final answer. So the correct answer here is A. So now that takes us to the next question, which says find value of this. Now this is binary question, so all you need to do is know how to convert to base 10. So get everything to base 10. So what you just do is 2 times y raised to power, first of all, you need to 3y equal to 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. So call this 0, 1, 2, 3. Now this will be 0 and 1. So 2 times y raised to power 1 plus 3 times y raised to power 0 is equal to 1 times 2 raised to power 3 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 2 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 1 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 0. So 2 times y raised to power 1 is 2y plus y raised to power 0 is 1. And any number raised to power 0 is 1. So 3 times 1 is 3 is equal to 1 times 2 raised to power 3 will give us 8 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 2 will give us 4 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 1 will give us 2 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 0, that's 1, will give us 1. So this means 2y plus 3 is equal to 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 2 will give us 14. 14 plus 1 will give us 15. Collecting like terms, this means 2y will be 15 minus 3. This means 2y is equal to 15 minus 3 will give us 12. Therefore, y will be 12 divided by 2, which will give us 6. So our final answer is 6. So that takes us to the next question, which says, this is an AP question. It says, if 6p and 14 are consecutive terms. Now, this is 6, which is the first term, A. Second term in AP is A plus D, which will give us P. Then the third term is A plus 2D, which will give us what? 14. So all you need to do, if this is called equation 1, this is 2, and this is called equation 3, you can say put A in equation 3. So that will give us 6 plus 2D is equal to 14. So what you now do is 2D is equal to 14 minus 6. That means 2D is equal to 8. Therefore, D will be 8 over 2, which will give us what? 4. So if you now get your D as 4, you now say put D in equation 2. So that means 6, which is A, plus then D is what? 4. So that means it's what? 10. Now to test it, our series is supposed to be, the first one is 6, then P is going to now be, that's P is A plus D, which will give us 10. Then the next one is 14. Now if you check, this is A plus D, this is A plus 2D. So if you watch, the progression is correct because it's increasing by a common distance of 4. So anytime you keep adding 4, you get the next one. The next one is going to be 18, the next one is going to be 22, and so on. So that takes us to the next question, which is question 10. Now this is a solved question. The first thing you need to do is look at your answer, because that's how you solve solved. Notice that your answer is in root 7 and in root 2. So you need to look for everything that will make you get your answer in root 7 and root 2. Now, the first thing you need to do is represent them in, break them down. Now, 28 is, 28 is 7 times 4. So, minus 3 root 50. Now, 50 is 25 times 2 plus, now 72 is 36 times 2. Now notice all my numbers are perfect squares. Like 4 is a perfect square, 25 is a perfect square, 36 is a perfect square. That will help you, because now I can now see my root 7, I can see my root 2, I can also see another root 2. Now notice something. Root 7 times 4. Root 7 times 4. Remember that 4, root 4 is 2. So you can decide to bring out this root 4 and call it 2. So instead of having this, you now say 2 times 2 root 7 minus, this will now be 3 times square root of 25 is 5 root 2 plus square root of 36 will now be 6 root 2. So this is 4 root 7 minus 15 root 2 plus 6 root 2. So this is going to be 4 root 7. Now minus 15 plus 6, it's going to give us minus 9 root 2. So that's our final answer. So the correct answer here, it's going to be B. So question 11 says if m ratio n is 2:1, so all you just do is put in the values of m as 2 and n as 1. So that's 3 squared minus 2 raised to power 1 squared all over 2 squared plus 2 times 1. So this would be 3 times 4 minus 2 all over 4 plus 2. 3 times 4 is 12 minus 2 all over 6. This is 10 over 6. Reducing this to fraction, it's going to give us divide by 2 both sides. That's 5 over 3. So our correct answer is C. Then the next question says this is a variation question. It says if h is directly proportional, h varies as p and inversely as the square of y. So this means therefore h is equal to kp over y squared. Therefore k, which is our constant, our proportionality of constant, will be when you cross multiply, k is going to be hy squared over p. So it says, let's find our k. It says if h is 1 and y is 2 times 2 squared and p is what? P is 8. So this would be 4 over 8, which is what? 1 over 2. Now it now says find h in terms of p and y. So from here, in terms of p and y, if we want to find our h will be, our k is what? Half times p over y squared. This will be equal to 1 over p over 2y squared. So as simple as that. So the correct answer is B. So the next question says, question 13. Now this is a quadratic equation. Now there are several ways you could use to solve this. You could decide to use the complete you could use, I would advise you to use completing the square. Either you use formula method or you use factorization. Now factorization for me is the easiest, so and that's the one I'm going to teach you. But if you want to apply formula method, you need to use this b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, and your a is going to be 4, b is going to be minus 16, and c is going to be 15. But if you are using factorization, you can use your calculator to solve this in order not to waste your time. I'll teach you that. But in order to use factorization, now we're going to look at our product. Remember, our product is our first term times third term, which is 4x squared times plus 15, which is going to give us 60x squared. Then our sum is going to be the second term, which will be minus 16x. Now, what we need to do here is we're going to look for factors of 60, in which when we multiply it, it will give us 60, and when we sum it up, it will give us 16. Now, the factors of 16s are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we have 6, we have 10, we have 15, we have 30, and we have 60. Now, looking at these numbers, which numbers, when I multiply it, it will give me 60, and when I sum it, it will give me 16. I think I'm going to take 6 and 16. Now, and I need to balance the sign, so it's going to be minus 6x and minus 10x. Now, check it. Minus 6x plus minus 10x is going to give us minus 16x. Minus 6x times minus 10x is going to give me 60x. So that's the correct one. So we're going to do 4x squared minus 6x minus 10x plus 15 is equal to 0. So this, when we factorize, 2 is common, 2x is common here. So we're going to have 2x minus 3. Then 5 is common here, minus 5. Then that will give us 2x minus 3. Now, when you expand the bracket, you notice you get the same thing. Now, our factors will now be, this is equal to 0. Our factors will now be 2x minus 5, bracket, 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Now, to get our final answer, you say 2x minus 5 is equal to 0. That means 2x is equal to 5. Therefore, x is equal to 5 over 2. Or you say 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. 2x is equal to 3. Therefore, x is equal to 3 over 2. So that means our answer is 5 over 2 or 3 over 2. If you change this to a proper fraction, it's going to be 2 whole number 1 over 2, and this will be 3 over 2 is going to be 1 whole number 1 over 2. So our answer is either 2.5 and 1.5, and they are both positive. So the correct answer is C. So the next question is question 14, which says evaluate this in standard form. Now, this kind of question, just employ the function of your calculator. So what you're going to do is multiply this with your calculator. So what we're going to do is we'll multiply these numbers. We're going to perform this fraction. So just 0.42 divided by 2.5, close the bracket, divided by, open the bracket, 0.5 multiplied by 2.05, close the bracket. Now equal to, this will give us our final answer is 0. Okay, our final answer, sorry, is 0.1639. That's 0.1639. Now, putting this in terms of standard form, what you need to do is move this one decimal place, sorry, 0.1639. so you move 1 decimal place, so this would be 1.639 times 10 raised to power minus 1. Okay, so that's the final answer, and our correct answer here is going to be B. So if you look at it, if you divide this by 10, you're going to get back 0.1639. So question 15 says evaluate this log. Now one thing I'm going to let you know, it's this question, while trying to solve it, I found out that whoever set this question did not get it correct. So I'm going to set the correct question. So it's log 10 6 minus 3 log 10 3 plus 2 over 3 log 10 27. Now, one of the things you're going to notice in this logarithm, it's everything it's in factors of 3. So play along the factors of 3. Along the factors of 3. Now, so the first one we're going to do, log 10, 6 can be represented as 3 times 2 minus 3 log 10 3. Everything I want to do is, how can I get log 10 3? Plus 2 over 3 log 10. Now 27 is 3 raised to power 3. So now remember that in logarithm, if you have log 10 log x a times b, is going to give you log xa plus log xb. So this will give us log 10 3 plus log 10 2 minus 3 log 10 3 plus, now remember our law in indices, if you have log axb, this is going to be b multiplied by log ax. So this is going to now give us 3 times 2 over 3 into log 10 3. Now notice I'll have log 10 3 plus log 10 2 minus 3 log 10 3. Now 3 will cancel 3. We'll now have plus 2 log 10 3. Now if you watch, I have everything in log 10 3 and log 10 2. Now all you need to now do is collect like terms, add and subtract. Log 10 3 minus 3 log 10 3 will give us minus 2 log 10 3. Then plus 2 log 10 3, that will give us 0. Therefore, our final answer is log 10 2. An easier way to do this is call log 10 3a. So you say a minus 3a plus 2a. A plus 2a will give you 3a minus 3a. So that's a plus 2a will give you 3a minus 3a. So that means it will give you 0. So our final answer just remains log 10 2. So the correct answer is C. So please, we're going to be releasing solutions for question 16 to 30 in our next series. So please, I hope this really meets you well. And when we finish with this 2019 past questions, we'll start solving questions topic by topics. We believe this will help you in this lockdown. And please, like I said, click the subscribe button. Now, all you need to do is you can click the subscribe button by click the subscribe, then also click the notification bell. So that's how you get our videos. So thank you very much. Stay tuned as we release more, and please, you can invite your friends to join us if they are very serious. So thank you and God bless you.